everyone, I'm Barnyard from HalfKocked, and I'm here to talk about Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 4, The Last of the Starks. Now, this episode starts off, with the giant fire for everyone that was lost in the Battle of Winterfell. Everyone's clearly upset. Dany's saying her last goodbyes to Jorah, and everything like that. And then this episode gets a little slow. This episode gets slow in the fact that we have this 20-30 minute scene of a feast at Winterfell after the battle, and it's one of those moments where you're just like, after this episode we have 2 episodes left. Why are we doing this for half an hour? Now obviously I don't know if it was half an hour, but it felt like it. It's one of those moments where you're just like, why couldn't this season be 10 episodes? And no, we can get a full episode like that and then get back to where we're needing to go. Other than that, it was a good scene, obviously it was a little somber at first, and then Dany tells Gendry that, hey, guess what? New Lord of Storm's End, yay! And everyone gets all a little cheery, and then everyone starts drinking and getting drunk and having fun. Dany is obviously seeing the love that Jon's getting, and especially after the fact that he told her that he's the heir, his name is Aegon Targaryen, the true heir to the Iron Throne. That, she's starting to get a little suspicious and a little worried that this guy who was really adored by everyone around him is really her true threat to the Iron Throne. Later in the episode, it's like people are discussing what they should do, whether people should catch their breath or march straight down to King's Landing. Dany's like, oh, we need to go now. And Sansa and Arya are like the only two that are like, we just fucking fought the dead. Give us some time. But obviously it don't work out like that. And then we have Jon Snow being a little silly. After pleas from Dany, he decides to tell Sansa and Arya his true lineage. And we don't get to see that true reveal. We just get to see the build up to it. And then later, Sansa spills the beans after already an hour later, promising that she wouldn't tell anybody. Tells Tyrion. That leads to Tyrion telling Varys, and that leads to them having some good discussions. Back to the old Game of Thrones, people sitting in dark rooms and talking politically. And Varys thinks that Jon should be on the Iron Throne, not Dany. Especially since we don't know truly if she is going to be the Mad Queen or not. And Tyrion is just being super loyal and not using his noggin as much as he used to. And, you really side with Varys, because it's like, this, he's going out of straight blind loyalty, whereas Varys is using his head. And he returns to Dragonstone, and all's fun and well, except you start seeing an arrow go straight for Rhaegal, and a few more shots later, Rhaegal is dead. Euron has been waiting in the bay with the Iron Fleet, with the Scorpions, and just completely kills a dragon. Dany's down to 1 dragon, and then once she starts flying away and getting away from that, the Iron Fleet aim toward her fleet, Dany's fleet, and they just fucking wipe them out. Some of them get to shore, some of them don't. It is found out later that Missandei has been taken prisoner by the Iron Fleet, and that leads to the confrontation at the gates of King's Landing. At the gates of King's Landing, Tyrion tries one more time, saying, you'll lose to Cersei, please, for the life of your baby, please, just surrender. We'll spare you, but, just surrender so no one else can get hurt. Cersei obviously is like, nah, fuck that bitch. And she almost kills Tyrion. Has all these arrows pointing at him, and she still hears what he says, which is nice. But she tells him, either you surrender or we kill Missandei. Obviously, they didn't surrender. So the mountain swings his giant sword and decapitates Missandei. Missandei is dead. Danny is looking back in tears. Grey Worm flinched. You know, he was like, oh my god, I can't believe the woman of my life just died. And that just leaves to the ultimate recipe for the Mad Queen to sprout up and do her thing. So ultimately, Last of the Starks, I really enjoyed this episode, and it just left me wanting more, wanting the next 7 days to just fly by so I can watch the next episode. Despite even what I said about the feast scene, it still was a really good episode, to me at least, and I really enjoyed it. And I couldn't wait. Like I said, I couldn't wait till the next week because I knew what was coming. If you guys like this video, please leave a like down below. Comment down below, tell me what you thought about this episode. Tell me if this is exactly what you wanted, or you're completely upset with this season and you're one of the ones signing the petition. And just let me know. Let's have a conversation about it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, and I'll get back to you tomorrow with the next episode. And I'll see you guys then. Have a good day.